Now that we had seen how to compute profits, how to compute the total sales, we are going to look at steps 18 through 29, and we'll see how to add charts and graphs to our Excel spreadsheets based on the sales data. The first thing that I want you to do is to go here and rename this sheet 1 as sales data. You can right click this sheet and you can type sales data in here and it will rename this as sales data. I also want you to add one more sheet to this by clicking on this plus button. I already added that, as you could see, and I renamed it as sales charts. In the sales charts, I added region and total sale, and for the region I want you to use sales data. If I put sales data E19, it would show northeast. In other words, what this formula is doing is it's referring to the sales data uh, worksheet that I have, and it is taking the value from cell E19 of the sales data worksheet. Sales data worksheet has in cell 19 is northeast. That's the value that we are getting it here. The same thing I want to do for total sale. I want to get this from sales data worksheet cell F19, and I got that, and this one is F19, and I changed that to currency, and I'm going to extend this for the next few cells. So I have from northeast to midwest, I do have the values here. So in other words, all this I did all this to just to extend the just to get the values from sales data to sales charts. Now I'm going to get these highlight these, and I start inserting some charts. So for example, if I highlight region and total sale, and I go to the charts here, and I can use I go to the insert tab, and I can use the 2D column chart, and this would show me total sale by region, and I can see the northeast to midwest represented on the x-axis, and the total sale amounts are represented on the y-axis. So once we accomplish that, we could change the chart type from the bar chart to the pie chart. And before we do that, so we can right click on this and right click on the chart, and we can add data labels. Go to add data labels and add data labels. Click on this add data labels. So that way you could see what exactly these amounts are, right? The other thing that I want to do, the next thing I want to do is select these and go back to insert and go back to the pie chart. You can start a pie chart here. For the same data, you can have multiple charts, and this pie chart is shown here, and now I can go back and add data labels by using this, right? by right clicking and going to um, add data labels. And I can go to format data labels if I want to change them. And in addition to the values, I can also include the percentages of these of each of these values. So for example, 708 is 14% of the total amount that's shown here. The same thing, we can repeat the same thing with other types of charts. I would show a couple of other types of charts, which are the donut chart. And the donut chart shows the same data in a slightly different format. Once again, add data labels, and you can see the actual values of these. Now, the last type of chart that I would like to show is the line chart, right? So the 2D line can show you I'm not sure where that line chart is. Here I can go here, and then it shows the actual data as the y-axis, the total sale amount, and all the regions northeast to midwest as the x-axis. So once you have this, with the line chart, something I would like to demonstrate to you is that we could add a trend line. And the trend line is important in some cases. It may not be too meaningful for this chart, but in other cases you might want to add this trend line and also show the trend line as part of the line chart. And you could, by formatting this trend line, you could show the equation of the trend line as well as the r squared value of the trend line as part of the trend line here, right? So I'm going to move them here. You can see the equation, you can see the r squared value for this trend line.